go. Just give everybody a moment to load in. Sometimes it can take a while. Let's see. Here we go. Because time of day, all space traffic, how busy it is, what your internet speed is like, the alignment of the planets and stars. Well, while we wait, you may happen to see Raven Eye here in the corner. This is actually our YouTube camera. So if we have any usable content here today, this episode will go out in a few weeks, depending on how behind we are. And so you can wave on out and feel VR famous. Be like, hey, YouTube, how's it going? We got a lot of people in here. We got Morgan Forrest, we've got Kubo, we've got Quantix, we've got Evil Wolf, we've got Randy Voom. We got a lot of people in here. I'm not gonna read everyone. Gabrique. All right, let's get everybody in the air. What you want to do is you want to press that blue and white triangle button in your lower left. Now, when you do that, your main menu is going to go. When your main menu is going to open up in front of you, and there's once you do that, you're going to have all these tabs on the very bottom, and you're going to see a settings cogwheel there. And when you press on that settings cogwheel, you're going to see all these categories on the left-hand side. The third category down is input. Now, go ahead and press on that. And you're going to see the top center panel has changed. You'll see the word fly there with a white circle next to it that'll change your life forever. Because when you press it, your flight mode is going to be enabled. Right now, you're ready to go. So all you have to do is press that tab in the lower right, that close button. You'll be able to see again. Now, just remember, if you squeeze your left trigger, it'll enable you to walk or fly faster if you want to go a little bit quicker. But all you have to do is push forward on that left thumbstick, and you're going to go right and lift your head up, and you're going to go right up into the air. Right. So once you look up like that, right now you steer with your head, which can feel kind of weird. For an example, if I tilt my head to the side like this, where I'm tilting my head, and I move to the left, you're going to notice that I go down. Right. So it's connected to your head, the movement, like so you can tilt your head and get little adjustments like that. Now, to get used to this sensation, what you can do is go out through this doorway here and fly out through those red rings up to the tower, where you're going to discover a type of teleportation that feels like fast flight. And if you want the rings to sparkle, you can grab one of these mugs here and carry them through, and they'll sparkle as you move through them. And listen, if you want to get there in style, what you can do is go to the end of the runway. You're going to see a gray wall there. Next to the gray wall is an aircraft with an open door. If you go into this aircraft on the console, you're going to see a launch button. Now, you know that pointer that's coming out of your right hand? You ever wonder what that's for? That's what that's for. If you aim at the launch button, your target's going to start to spin. And when you squeeze your trigger, what happens is one of the ships is going to attach to you. It has spinning turbines and engine noise. They're a lot of fun to fly around in. So go ahead and try that out. And if you have any questions or you'd like to learn how to use the flight tool, just come back to this office area and see me, and I'll be here for the duration of the event. So come by and see us. And if everybody has any questions, just let me know. All right. You were plan B. What happened?
I misunderstood you. You re-entered, you restarted, and
I re-entered to get the button pushed back, and I said I had everything all settled.
I thought you said that you didn't have it.
And if you were pushing it, why didn't you wait till I asked for it instead of jumping it in right before when I pushed this thing that's already been pressed? Were you in a rush or something?
I didn't mean to throw you off. I thought it was a misunderstanding.
It was a strong open. You totally wrecked it. I'm docking your pay. That's it.
I wrecked everything. Yes.
See that YouTube, you may not realize this, but we start out the event in another space. All right, we haven't filmed that part yet, and it's really nice.
He's trying to get you involved, YouTube. It was just a misunderstanding.
It wasn't a misunderstanding. Now, during this thing, I pressed the button, which brings in a Talon, which brings us all in here, right? And as I'm going through the intro, right when I'm about to do it, right, Morgan goes and presses the button to call in on early, and I got to react to it on the spot. I don't know why she would be so cruel and so mean. Are you in a rush? Do you need to be somewhere? Is that what's going on?
There are so many things you have to react to in the moment. It was a miscue.
Forget. A miscue? Why isn't it a Mr. Q? You see that? You see that? This is what I got to. Yeah. YouTube. I'm telling you. All right. Let's see here. All right. Looks like everybody's out doing the things. They're flying the talons. They're going through the rings. Let's see. Here we go. Hummingbird, how's it going? What's up?
Hi.
Hi. We got stuff to show you.
Oh, that's okay. It's totally fine. I know. I know.
We have Zodic Muse. I hope I'm saying that right. How's it going? Welcome. Have you ever flown in AltspaceVR before?
And if not, I'm Morgan.
No. It's my first time.
Okay, would you like to learn how?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. What you want to do is you see that blue and white triangle button on your lower left there? All right, go ahead and press that. Now, your main menu is going to open up in front of you. You're going to see all these tabs on the bottom, and one of those tabs is going to say Settings. There's a cogwheel right above it. Can't miss it. You click on that.
Got it.
And now on the left-hand side, you have all these categories. The third category down from the top says Input. So go ahead and click on Input. And now the top center panel has the word Fly with a white circle next to it. If you click on the white circle, your flight's enabled and you're ready to go. All you have to do is press the close tab in the lower right. That's the X with the circle. And you'll be able to see again. So now all you have to do is just push that left thumbstick forward and look up. And you're going to go right up into the air. Now, if you'd like to go faster, you can just
wow.
squeeze your left trigger. That'll cause you to go quicker. Now, this movement is tied to
Whoa.
your head. Yeah, for example, if I
Sorry.
tilt my head like this and I move to the left, you're going to see that I go down, right? So
Ah,
it's
wow.
completely tied to your head. Now, to get used to this sensation, what you can do is go out to this doorway and go up to
Okay.
through those red rings, and you'll eventually reach the tower where you'll discover a type of teleportation that feels like fast flight. We call it zip lining. You'll zip line down in this yellow X. You'll feel an incredible sense of accomplishment, so much so that you're going to go on to accomplish great things in alt space, I can tell. And then at the end of the runway, you're going to see that there's a gray wall. So if you want to get there in style, you can take a Ravenhall Talon hovercraft. Next to the gray wall there, you'll see an aircraft with an open door. And if you go into that open door, you're going to see that there's a console. And if you aim the pointer that's coming out of your right hand at that launch button and just squeeze the trigger one time on it, one of these ships will attach to you. They have spinning turbines and engine noise. They're a lot of fun to fly around in. So go ahead and give it a try. And I'll be here in the
All right,
office if you have
cool.
any questions. Yeah,
Thank
cool.
you.
All right. Now, does anybody have any questions at all? Evil, if you have a question?
Let's try that.
Any questions? No questions at all? All right, cool. Would you guys like to learn how to use the flight tool? Anybody want to learn how to use the flight tool? Which is no? You good? How about you, Evil Wolf?
Sure.
All right, cool.
I just used it.
What you want to do? What you say?
I just used it.
You just use the flight tool? Oh, you jumped ahead. I see how it is. Okay.
The
All right,
the
good.
launch, the ship,
Wait, the what?
the launch.
Oh no, not the ship. The flight tool. It's a different type of flying. It's more precise
Oh.
and it's faster. You know, if you'd like to give it a try. Yeah.
Okay, how do I
So-
do that?
So just follow along and we'll show you guys. What you want to do is you want to press that blue and white triangle button there on your lower left. When you press this, your main menu is going to open up in front of you. And now you're going to see that settings tab on the lower right. You press on that. Now on the left-hand side, all those categories, you'll see the word items. Now when you click on that, you're going to see the word flight tool and the word spawn right next to it. If you press that spawn button, your menu will close and a flight tool will appear in the air in front of you. Now wait, hang on, this part's very important. Aim at the flight tool, this pen-like looking thing right in front of you. You see that? Look toward me. Okay, let's see. All right, there you go. All right,
Oh
cool.
my god.
Now what you do is you grab on. Now hold on, wait. Now sign the waiver. That's legally binding and very important. Wait, hang on. Evil Wolf, wait, Evil Wolf, hang on. It looks like you got it, but just sign the waiver. It's extremely important. Okay. Now what you want to do is you can hold the flight tool in either hand. I like to hold it in the left hand. You hold it by squeezing the grip button and not letting go of the grip button. And if you keep it in the left hand, this will enable you to use your right thumbstick to make turns, right? So it makes it a little bit more, easier to control. Now, what you can do if you squeeze your index finger on the pen in the hand that you're holding the pen with, you can now draw lines in the air. Small lines will move you slowly in that direction, but long lines will move you very quickly in that direction. So if you drew a long line straight up, you'd smack your head into the ceiling, just like Evil Wolf just did. And that's why. Oh, actually, that wasn't Evil Wolf. That was okay. Either way, if you smack your head in the ceiling, that's why you signed the waiver. Yeah, pretty much. Mess that bit up, but what are you gonna do? All right, so that's the flight tool. And if anybody has any questions, just let me know. What was that, Evil Wolf? Didn't quite catch that.
I think he's having fun. That's what I think.
Oh, good. All right, fun is good.
Oh,
We
yeah,
encourage
this is
fun.
very fun. This is very cool.
Oh, cool. All right,
Can
awesome.
you
Oh,
take the
cool.
puppy?
Thank you.
Yeah. Now the flight tool is a lot faster and it's a lot more accurate, and a lot of people don't immediately realize this, but you can use this in your world building. So like if I'm placing one of these mugs here on the table, right? Like I'm gonna grab your mug here, Hummingbird, right? There we go. Oh, okay, that's not gonna work. All right. Well, if I had a mug available, if they hadn't all been stolen from the table, what I can do is if I'm using the flight tool, if I'm using my thumbstick to place an object, you see my movement is very like jerky, so it's hard to get precise placement. But if you're actually guiding that movement with the flight tool, you'll find that you can get very accurate placement, and there'll be less numbers adjustments that way. So you can actually use the flight tool to build with. It's very handy. And a lot of people don't get that right away.
And
But
plus,
now
it's a
got it.
relief
Now
because you
know.
don't end
You
up
have the
using your
knowledge.
head all the time. That can be a
Yeah,
lot.
that's true. That's true. If you're like constantly staring like this, you could put some strain on your neck. So and if you have like back problems or neck problems or anything like that, it's a more comfortable way to get around the flight tool. But it's also a lot faster, so we like to start people out with the slower speed first. So they can get used to the sensation. And if there's this way, if they get like vertigo in VR, which a lot of people do, it allows you to get used to the sensations a little bit more quickly, or not quickly, but yeah, it just allows you to get used to it first. Just a better way to do it. Okay, that's just my opinion, but hey. All right. So does anybody have about 15 minutes left? Does anybody have any questions about AltspaceVR or world building or event hosting or anything like that? No, you're all good. Okay, well, I'm just gonna stare at you guys staring at me while I stare at you staring at me.
Can you talk about world building?
I sure can. What would you like to know?
I haven't tried it at all. Don't really
All right. Well,
know how to start.
once you have your world building enabled, all right, you're going to go into your main menu there, and you're going to find that you have a tab on the bottom that says Worlds. When you click on Worlds, there are going to be these categories at the very top. Featured worlds is worlds that have been reviewed by AltSpace and are known to be performant, and they won't put too much strain on your system because AltSpace thrives on user-generated content. But some people who like build a world and they only have a PC and they can't test to see how it's going to be on Quest or on the go or something like that, they're not going to know how it's going to perform for them. So some of them can be pretty heavy, and you may get a little choppy when you get in there. So featured world is a way of showcasing the stuff that runs smooth. All right. Popular isn't like the most popular worlds ever, but popular is where people are right now. For example, in the top left, you'll see Ravenhall Flight Academy, which is where we are right now, and you'll see we have 11 people in here. All right. Now, also, if you go to favorites, these are worlds that you've marked as a favorite, so you can get back to them quickly. But then you have a category at the top called My Worlds. When you go to My Worlds, what you're going to see there, just by default, now that you have it enabled, is you're going to see Randy Voom's world. Right now, this is a starter world for you to practice in. Right, so you can go to Randy Voom's world, and once you're there, you can practice building. And what I recommend is just going into the world editor, right? And you'll see once your editor panel is open, you're going to see a list of categories on the right-hand side, right? And you're going to see an area called kits. Just go into kits and look for one that sounds cool and grab an object out of there and mess around with it. Just play with it and try to find a place where it looks good. And after a while, ideas will start coming to you about what kind of world it is you want to build. And then all it is just placing one object after another.
Are you the secretary?
Satisfied with it, and before you know it, you have a world. What's
Oh,
that?
cool.
Are you here for
Okay,
the
yeah,
event?
What's
I
that
understand
again,
that.
What's the event?
How is you guys? How are you?
Well, this
Whoa,
event
I can
is
get in
called
a
Flight
ship?
Academy. We teach everybody how to fly in AltSpace, and yes, there are aircraft.
What?
To try that.
Yeah, I already know how to fly in
Yes.
AltSpace. I definitely want to try
Cool. Well,
aircraft.
if you'd like to try a Talon,
I don't know
hovercraft,
how to
at
fly.
the end of the runway, you're going to see a gray wall. If you go up to that gray wall, you're going to see an aircraft with an open door. If you just go into that open door, you're going to see a launch button. And if you go in there and aim your pointer at that launch button, your target's going to start to spin, right? Now, all you have to do is squeeze your trigger one time on it, and one of these ships will attach to you. They have spinning turbines and engine noise. They're a lot of fun to fly around in. It looks like they're pretty busy right now. There is a limit of 3 in the air right now, so we don't crash anybody. So you may have to wait for it to become available. But just above the launch button, you're going to see a status label, and if it says unavailable, you just got to wait till somebody ejects. And then if it says available, you can get in and fly around. It's
What
a lot of fun.
happens
if you
Give that a
crash?
try. So far nobody has. I imagine we'll send out a rescue party to try to find you, for a little while. Then we'll probably give up. And then we'll probably put a plaque of you on the wall and say, let's hope everybody can remember Kristen. She was a good pilot, but she really should have looked out for that mountain when she slammed it in the face.
I've
never
bad,
flew
man.
before.
It was
I
really
never
bad.
crashed,
Yeah.
and I'm not a good
Yeah,
pilot.
I know, but Kristen, she just couldn't get the hang of it and just slammed right into the side of a mountain like that. It was tragic. YouTube, if you
So what
could right
happens
now,
if you do that?
press
You
like and
just-
subscribe as a way to remember
I-
Kristen and
I
the
don't-
terrible things that we've had. What happened now?
I think you should watch this closely because she said she's never flown before. I think she might end up mowing the grass.
Oh, okay. Well, that bonus though, because we got everything's so nice and trim. No, the other guy flew before. Let's see if she'll come back.
Who?
Let's see. Oh, wait, it looks like somebody might be
Kristen?
helping around. Yeah, she's never flown before apparently, and I didn't quite catch that
Well, did you get her to fly?
because there was a lot going in here. Well, no, I told her how to use a Talon hovercraft. Now she's looking around. She'll be fine. It'll be okay.
You need help?
I think I do.
You think you do?
All
All right, Kristen, come on back in
Did you
here.
fly yet? Have you?
I missed that. I didn't get you up in the air here first, which is where we should start out. You see that those collection of circles on the lower left there?
Oops.
Yeah.
All right, that blue and white triangle button, that main menu, go ahead and press that. Your main menu is going to open up in front of you.
Okay.
And now you're going to see all these tabs on the very bottom, and one of those tabs says settings. Now, when you click on settings, you're going to see all these categories on the left-hand side. One of them says input. It's the third one down. If you press input, you now see that the top center panel has the word fly at the very top,
Oh.
and there'll be a white circle next to that. You press that white circle. Now just press close in the lower right, and you'll be able to see again. So, hi, Kristen, how's it going? All right.
Hello.
Now, all you have to do is just move forward, push that left thumbstick forward, and look up. And you're going to go right up into the air, just like that. All right. Now, you steer your head, which can feel kind of weird. So, to get used to the sensation, what you can do is fly out this doorway and go up through those red rings, and there you'll reach the tower. Now, once you're on top of the tower, you'll discover a type of teleportation that feels like fast flight. And if you want to get there in style, you can take one of the Talon hovercrafts at the end of the runway, just like I told you before, by going in.
Oh, that's so
and pressing
cool.
on that
Thank
launch
you.
button. All right. You're very
Thank you.
welcome.
Thank you.
Enjoy. You're very welcome. Good catch, Morgan. We wouldn't have sat on a search party and everything. It would have been very tragic. There we go. There was a big crowd in here. We all got very confused. There was a lot of things.
It did.
So
It was
what
very- it
happens
was
if you're in
trouble.
the Talon and you crash into
Wait.
the mountain?
What happened, Hummingbird?
What happens if you flying the Talon and you crash into the mountain.
We send out a search party.
Oh.
And then after we don't find you, we give up after a while and we put up a picture of you on the wall. And, you know, and if the people watching out on YouTube press like and subscribe, right, it'll help us fund these search parties and more users.
Okay,
will
well,
be
you know
saved.
what I'm going to
YouTube,
do?
you can make
I'm going to
their
There
try
own.
to
is
get a
no
Talon and
crashing in
crash into
VR.
the
There's
mountain
only
and see what
landing.
happens.
Wait, Morgan, that's not true. People's headsets crash all the time. Don't
Oh, right.
spread misinformation like that.
Mine did a couple
Excellent
times trying
point.
to get into
See?
space.
It's a very dangerous place,
Actually,
VR. It really is.
it was also telling me that it's too dark. I need more light.
Oh yeah, you got to turn up the background light. That can help a lot. You know what? When my headset crashes, I like to yell, "Mayday, Mayday, Mayday!" You know, it adds something to it. I think.
It's a good thing I wear those earbuds.
Yeah, that can help. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I can't wear them in here because people come up and randomly scream in my ear, and that can be quite painful. So sometimes you don't always hear.
Yeah.
Plus, there's 3 people talking at once. You don't hear them very clearly. And we had some very exuberant flyers that couldn't wait to fly the. And it looks like look at them go. Ooh, it's like 3 of them zipping around out there. That's neat. Let's see who we got. We have Kitty. Hey, Kitty, how's it going? Welcome.
Hi, thank you.
Have you ever flown in Altspace before? And if not, would you like to learn?
I actually have.
Oh, cool. Well, if you have flown in Altspace before and you're already comfortable with flying, at the end of the runway, you're going to see a gray wall there. And next to that will be an aircraft with an open door. If you go in through that open door, there's a launch button right on the console. So if you aim your pointer at that launch button, your target will start to spin. And if you squeeze and release your trigger button one time, one of these ships will attach to you. They have spinning turbines and engine noise. They're a lot of fun to fly around in. And if you have any questions, I'll be here for the duration of the event, which is about 7 more minutes. So let me know if you have any questions.
Appreciate that.
Hey,
Thank
Lion
you.
2006, do you have any questions? No, you're good? All right, cool. Excellent. All right. Let's see. Kitty looked a lot like our camera person. Different hair, I think.
There
All right,
are many
let's see. Here we
copies.
go. Yes, there are. I've heard rumors that they have a plan. Yes. Yeah. We're borderline copyright infringement, but I think we'll be okay. There we are. I think we'll be all right. Because I'm not necessarily referencing something.
Well, I must say the Talons are being busy.
Yeah, I know. I see that. They're having a big day. Looks like they're working well, too.
Well, it's funny. Somebody was flying one, and he's going along, and there was another one. He goes, "Get out of my way! I'm flying."
That's awesome. I like that. That's cool. Hey, Johan, how's it going? What's going on? Welcome. Have you learned how to fly in Altspace? If not,
hi, everybody. Repeat me, please.
Have you ever flown before in Altspace?
No, it's my first time.
Oh, cool. Welcome to Altspace. Would you like to learn how to fly?
Yes. My English
cool.
is no good.
Oh, we'll go slow. We'll get it. See that blue and white triangle button in your left? Down there, the collection of circles?
The sound failed.
Right down there, there's a
menu
blue and
button.
white triangle. The menu button is blue and white triangle. Yeah, triangle, like this. Blue and white.
Triangle, menu.
Yes,
menu.
Exactly. Press on that one time. All right. Now, do you see one that says settings? There's a settings tab in the lower right. Yes.
Yes.
Good. And on the left-hand side of the page now, you'll see that the third category down says input. So look for input and click on input. All right.
Yes.
Now you'll see
fly.
that there is a fly button. Very good. Click on that. And now press close in the lower right. That's the X with the circle.
Okay.
And now you should be able to see again. So, hey, how's it going? Now, all you have to do is just push your left thumbstick forward and look up. So just move forward and look up. Now you steer with your head, right, which can take a little bit of time to get used to it. So just move forward and look up. Like, there you go. Right. Now you steer with your head, which takes a little bit of time to get used to. So if you just go out through this doorway here, you can fly up through those red rings outside to the tower where you're going to learn a type of teleportation. And it feels like fast flight, which is a great way to get around Altspace. Or you could take one of the Talon hovercraft ships by going to the end of the runway by that gray wall and going inside there and pressing the launch button, just by squeezing the trigger on it. And then just look around, have some fun, and just get used to flying. You steer with your head, so it's a little time to get used to that. Yeah. Hey, Vita Tim, how's it going? What's going on?
Hey, a question.
Yeah, what's up?
I have a question. The velocity of flying is standard or is variable?
Well, when you go forward and you're using the velocity there, this is about your typical speed. But if you squeeze the trigger on your left controller, squeeze the trigger on your index finger, you'll find that you go faster.
Okay. Okay.
All right, and that'll
Okay.
help. There's an even
all
faster
right,
way
all
than
right.
that if you use the flight tool, but get used to this first. All right. Hey, Vita Tim, have you learned how to fly in AltspaceVR? And if not, would you like to?
I have learned how to fly. Yeah, thank you.
All right, cool. Well, if you've already flown in AltspaceVR, have you tried flying a Talon hovercraft yet? Those ships that are going around
Have
outside?
not. No.
You have
No, it'd be
not.
awesome.
Well, once you have your flight enabled, what you can do is go to the end of the runway, and there you're going to see an aircraft with an open door. Now, if you go into this open door, you're going to see inside is a launch button right on the console there. That pointer that's coming out of your right hand, if you aim that right at that launch button and squeeze your trigger one time, one of these ships will attach to you. They have spinning turbines and engine noise. They're a lot of fun to fly around in. So go ahead and give it a try. And if you have any questions, we'll be here for a few more minutes. So just let me know. Let's see.
Cool. Thanks. That's awesome.
Nice. All right. Awesome. Very cool.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Thank you for the instructions. I go to explore the
Oh yeah,
world.
try it out. Get used to it. And if you have any questions, just let me know. Yeah. Thanks for hanging and coming around, Johan.
Okay.
Cool.
Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome. Yo, you're very welcome. Uh-huh. You know what you did, button pusher.
Oh my goodness. Grudge bearer.
Button pusher. YouTube, if you come into AltspaceVR and you see Morgan Forrest around, feel free to just go up to her and go, button pusher. She'll know what she did.
You need to learn perhaps how to let go of a grudge. My goodness.
A grudge. Okay, maybe, possibly. When we were launching the event, Morgan pushed the button early. You know, and I re-entered twice just to be able to get in the button push back. Why did I even bother re-entering if you're just going to do that? That's what I'd like to know. That's the whole
The
thing.
way that you indicated to me, was
I
that
said you're plan
you
B.
had re-entered and it still didn't work.
No, it
And
did.
I assumed that I was on standby to press the button. I never got a clear message from you that I wasn't.
Or even if
supposed
you
to press
were
the
in
button.
standby, wouldn't you wait to be asked, or you would just automatically do it? You know, like mid-sentence like that. It was just, you know.
Well, I don't think it was
Hey,
disruptive. So
you
What
want to
happened?
know what I did?
What
Huh?
did you do? What did you do?
I deliberately flew into the mountain.
And what happened?
I just kind of turned me around and got me out of
Okay.
there.
All right. Well, you know what? Hummingbird just got promoted to our test pilot. There you go. You're a test pilot now. We'll come up with any experimental aircraft. We'll just hire you out to, you know, smash it into the side of the mountain, see how it works out. Yeah. That would be funny if they, like, you hit the mountain and the collider detected that it's collided with something and it just broke apart, like in like pieces all around you.
Yeah, no,
I
it just
think
kind of just turns you.
that would be really fun, like an auto eject kind of feature.
Yeah, sort of like it ejects you off, but it breaks into 3 pieces or something like that, and it's scattered all
Well,
around
you
you. And
know,
you're just standing there
also,
with like a wrecked ship around you. That would be fun.
I like it.
if sometimes you see the Talons going through each other, actually they're crashing at that
Yeah.
point.
If you think about it, we actually thought about making them solid like that, where they'd like push against each other. You know, we still may, but right now we wanted to make things easy because, you know, new users come through here an awful lot. We don't want things to be overly complicated, but it might be cool to do that, you know, because we'll see how it
That
goes.
would be cool, especially because people get a little pushy. You know, they get
Yes,
they
Well,
get pushy, and then
it'll
oh
also-
no,
it'll-
wait,
it'll-
there's only
it'll-
3 up in the air at a time.
And
you
it'll
know?
give us a chance to demonstrate that my controller is far more powerful than your controller.
Well, I got a kick
Straight
out of the guy who told somebody to get out of his way.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
funny. They were very busy
Yeah.
today. The Talon ship are very popular today. That was cool to see. A lot of times
Yeah,
you have
the
the
whole-
event. And
the
then,
whole-
oh, speaking
the
of
whole
which,
event was busy.
it's that time, everybody. The event is now
What time?
officially over. All right. So, YouTube, thanks for watching another episode of It's Flight Time. And thanks for spending time with us. Please press the like and subscribe button. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for coming, everybody. I'll see you guys back at the set.
Bye.